of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pray with me, please. Lord, we come to you so thankful for the many blessings that you've given us and the blessings you put on this country and this community, Lord. Thank you for the opportunity we have to serve this district and these students. Lord, please give each and every board member wisdom and help us to always act in the best interest of the students and the faculty. I say in Jesus' name, amen. So we'll call this meeting to order. Note we do have a quorum present and the agenda was posted in timely fashion. Next item on the agenda is recognition of Students of the Month. If the board to go around to the front.
We are going to start with our third grade, Mrs. Wyndham's class. Our sworn cardinal for the 5th 6 weeks is Mrs. Amaya Neal. Amaya is kind-hearted, respectful, and a hard worker. She comes to school ready to learn and has the best attitude every day. She is an amazing soaring cardinal. Amaya Neal. Next from Miss Westbrook's class is Dawson Schneider. And Dawson could not make it tonight, okay? From Mrs. Gaines, 4th grade, Brindley Rainey. Brindley is a sweet student who works hard and gets along well with others. She's always willing to help others. She has what it takes to be a great cardinal. Miss McCarter's 4th grade, Logan Turner.
They're playing softball.
Softball, okay. 5th grade, Leighton McKeever. Okay. And 5th grade for Miss Frost's class, Ava Amos. Ava brings a positive attitude and big heart to all that she does. Whether it's reading, listening in class, or helping a classmate, she always tries her best. She makes our classroom a better place every single day. And now for our elementary teacher of the year, Miss Kim Epperson. Miss Epperson, thank you for leading with heart, lifting others like only you can, and standing tall just like your favorite, the flamingo. You've spread joy, added a splash of pink to everything, and made every day brighter with your amazing spirit and big heart. You'll be deeply missed, but your impact will always be a part of us. special group of secondary students that we are going to recognize. We have several seniors here. We invited all the seniors who were able. Some are working. I want to highlight that we actually have one graduating with her associate degree as we speak. Our first ever student from ISD graduating with an associate degree. So we have several who are not here, but for those seniors who are here, if you will come on up, we'd like to recognize you at this time.
Thanks for pausing the game. Congratulations. Perfect.
So as you can see here, I've got a really great group of students. And what I'm going to do, I don't have a certificate for them. I can assure you they got plenty Tuesday night. These students had parents and guardians and family members helping them carry out their certificates. But I think there's probably only one more piece of paper y'all really want from me, right? And they're gonna get it Friday night, so thought let's just wait on the real piece that they want, the piece of paper. So I'm gonna let these seniors tell you a little bit about their experience here at Maud ISD. They're gonna introduce themselves, tell about some of the activities and organization, the extracurricular activities they were involved in throughout high school, and then let you know about their future goals and plans. So we're gonna start with our salutatorian here. Go ahead, I'll let you.
My name is Adrian Benales. I participated in lawn football, basketball, baseball, track. I'm part of the National Honor Society, and I plan to attend TSTC to be a lineman.
My name is Hannah Rainey. During my time here, I participated in cheer, cross country, track, student council, and I was also the manager of the volleyball team. And when I graduate, I plan to attend Texarkana College to get my basics and then transfer to a cardiac sonography program.
I'm Tristan Beckett. Most people call me T-Bag. I've been in esports for like 3 years, and I plan to go to TAMU in Texarkana and be a computer science major.
My name is Gavin Robinson, and I was in band, student council, and National Honor Society, and I plan to attend the University of Arkansas to major in nursing.
My name is Cyrus Sanders, and I participated in football, basketball, and student council. And this Monday, I'm going to start my electrical apprenticeship.
My name is Brock Wyndham. I was a part of SUCO, NHS, basketball and baseball, and I plan to go play college baseball at National Park College and also work on getting my business degree.
My name is Justice Reed. I've been a part of our esports to win nationals in the States a few games. I plan on going to Texas A&M to get a major in computer science.
So I just want to say to these students and parents and guardians that are here, thank you so much. Thank you guys for a great 4 years. This group of students have been a great group to work with, and we're going to really miss them this year, but know they're going to go do great things and can't wait to see what the future holds for all of them. So thank you guys again. We're proud of y'all. And we're going to honor our secondary teacher of the year tomorrow at our faculty and staff breakfast. So thank you.
If everyone that was recognized tonight would please come out here to the mural on the wall. We're going to get a picture. All right. Next item on the agenda is public comments. Having none signed up, communications.
Have one for the month. This is from Tommy and Linda Van Dever. Just thanks for remembering our family with the beautiful peace deal that you sent to my mom's service. So thankful to have our Cardinal family, Tommy and Linda.
All right, next we will administer the oath of office to the newly elected board members. Listen. but newly elected.
Excellent. Gentlemen, if you'll raise your right hand, please. And repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Terry Johnson. Tim Roberts. Rusty Lily.
do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute
that I will execute
the duties of
the duties of
the office of
the office of
School Board Trustee
School Board Trustee
of the State of
of
Texas,
the State of Texas,
and will to the best of my ability
and with the best of my ability
preserve, protect,
preserve and protect,
and defend the Constitution
defend the Constitution
and the laws
and the laws
of the United States
of the United States
and of this state,
and of this state.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you, gentlemen. We appreciate it.
Well, figure I'd at least get a standing Next item is to reorganize the board by electing a board president, vice president, secretary, and appointing a recording secretary. So this time we'll hand the gavel over to the superintendent.
Okay. At this time, can I get a nomination for board president?
I would like to nominate R.J. Norris for board president.
Second.
Second.
Anything else? All in favor?
Laney.
Welcome, Mr. President.
That was quick, right? You ain't got nothing to say. It didn't matter anything.
We'll let you two go ahead and switch out.
We'll find out.
You got carried away.
Just don't make me stumble like I did last time. You got an excellent teacher here if you fall for
All right. One more, I pass it back to RJ, all right?
Yes.
So pass it back to President.
it. Rusty Bailey, how you doing, sir?
Vice President, yes, sir.
Now we're going to do a nomination for vice president, and I would like to nominate Milford Pierce.
Second that.
Second.
Any other? Sorry.
All in favor? There you go. Now, do we have a nomination for secretary?
I'd like to nominate Terry Johnson as secretary.
Second.
Second by Tim. Anybody else? All in favor? It is there. And finally, we have a nomination for recording secretary.
Tommy Van Deaver.
Second.
Second by Melford. Anybody else? Anybody willing? Nope. All in favor? There we go.
Congratulations.
Newly constituted board and ready to roll the rest of the meeting.
Melford, you're going to help me through this because the rest of you guys got me off my game from last time.
did.
So.
Combine all the.
Yeah.
Next up, consent agenda. Is there anything anybody wants to pull from it? No need, good, all right.
We have a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make such a motion.
I would
Motion
second.
by- Second by Melford. All in favor? Next up, 10, District Booster Club reports.
Okay. Ward, we do have the reports for you there in front of your agenda. And so we did reach out to see if members could be here tonight. And Mr. Fanning will lead off. It's the back one on your piece. It's the band booster report. So you can see expenses for the year, profits, expenses, and on the page behind that is a detailed spreadsheet for the month, or excuse me, for the fiscal year. It does coincide with the numbers from the ending of last year to expending the finishing of this year. So well put together.
Very good.
Anybody have any questions?
Any questions?
I don't have any.
Thank you, Mr. Fanning.
Thanks, sir.
Okay, after that will be our athletic booster report, put together by Ms. Susan Bailey. You can see from beginning balance to the current date as well. And it does check out. Any questions related to athletic booster?
Pretty healthy.
Yeah, it is. They got healthy. You got to talk about the ag boosters on next. So, ag booster, you see, is last year at this time was $3,091. This year it's $6,134.68, and the detailed spreadsheet is behind the first page as well. Joe needs to feed the kids more.
We got some big ones coming up.
All good? Update on 2023 Maud ISD bond improvements.
Okay, team, we had a meeting today, looked at the updated schedule. You can tell there's been some metal dropped off today, a lot of rebar got tied. They are almost complete with the plumbing for the building. They're actually putting the backfill in now with all the pea gravel, packing that back in. They're gonna start the batter boards next week for piers. And then looking ahead, we've got the underground electric will be looking at in the next 15 days. There is one piece that did change on that. They moved electric from coming from the switch box out here back to the building, coming from the road to the switch box to the rest of the school at that point. So that was one change on that. It was a rather insignificant, it was $13,000 difference. So nothing that is a step for us, but at the same time, that was a requirement of SWEPCO after the fact, so we couldn't do anything with that. Compaction testing is scheduled for mid-June, and then they're going to be looking at June 12th, concrete footings, and then concrete forms coming in the end of June, and actually pouring the concrete for the building the last of the month. And they'll have 7 days cure time, and then the steel will come in. Their steel's set to be delivered hopefully first week of July. At worst, right now it's second, and so we're hoping not any later than that, because there's going to be quite a bit of timelines trying to get the steel erected before we get our teachers back. So that's going to be a big piece. Tomorrow he'll take down the back boundary fences since the kids are gone, and then just allow them some more room for getting men and supplies in and out. In the next 30 days, somewhere there, I expect to have the driveway between the two buildings tore out, get ready to put the electrical underneath, and then pour back before school gets here. So there's going to be quite a few pieces moving in the next 60 days, but they do feel confident that they can have the structure up prior to school starting back. May not have all the skin on it, but they'll have the structure up and out of the way, and be able to have our drive back open for us for parent drop off and pick up in the morning. So quite a few pieces there. Met with Robert Gadwall about 2 weeks ago, and he's not here tonight. He is on a beach somewhere in Mexico. I can't believe the guy just took off and had a vacation. But we had preliminary talks about some updates on the IT in the building, and some recommendations that Brandon had in working with Nash. And that's one of the things that we did. We wanted to make sure we controlled that narrative more, because ultimately it's us and having to get people that we can get to work on it. And so they actually have some cost saving pieces there that will come back to the district. That will go, that piece is waiting on final drawings to go back to the engineers on that piece. And then we're getting ready to start next, I would say 2 weeks to 30 days, revisit our renovation of our band hall. From the cafeteria to the band hall, those pieces there, again, trying to really dig in and get those functional pieces that we need, but also cost saving pieces that we need, much like we had to do on the cafeteria, so that we do it one time and not have to do it twice. And then also coming back and getting our committee together that looks at our drive loop and look at some options for that piece right there. And I'd love to be able to start the drive loop late fall, sometime before next spring. And so see that piece go in. So visited with Keith, who's the superintendent on the project, and he said, man, I've had a lot of people ask me about that drive loop. He said, they're chomping when y'all are ready. So again, visiting with Jason today, who was with WRA, talked to him about some pieces of it. We'll look at some sketches of the existing plan. Again, coming back, trying to get newer numbers, but also looking at some options that might help us in that drive loop a little bit too. It's again, the back piece back there on that new property is scary. That's the one we know it's going to be engineering feat, I guess is the right word for it, to get that piece in. But look at some options that might give us the ability to bring it to fruition and hopefully keep us well within our budgetary means. So, a lot of moving pieces there.
Is there anything we need to do as far as incorporate pour the new drive in between the two buildings? Anything needs to go underground, possibly in conduit or anything?
That's what it's going under for, because they're to pull that electric piece.
You know, like we need it for the new band hall or anything?
Yeah, that's going in at the same time.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's all. They're having to bring that piece through, and they're doing it all together.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
Won't have to tear it up.
No, that's a one-time deal.
Pretty good.
Yes, sir.
Consider possible approval of monthly expenditures to Rec Tech LLC for work submitted for the new mod ISD cafeteria.
Okay, board. This was in board book, and forgive me, I forgot to print that piece out in addition to board book. But it's pay app 3. It's been through the architects and also through Robert Gadwall, certified by both versions, and basically it's $118,071.23. Recommend that we pay it. Yeah, that's what it's getting. Well, I'm sure when they ship that structure too, it's going to be a big number. That's actually in Texas, I believe. So,
The appliances we already got through.
well, we're going to keep some of
Got
it.
a refrigerator, seems.
In with the cafeteria.
Do we have a motion to approve the monthly expenditures as presented to Rec Tech LLC?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Tim, second by Rusty. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, consider and award depository service contract recommendations.
Hey, I'll pass the gavel over to Mr. Van Dever and let him share what they went through and the recommendations of the scoring committee.
I hope I don't need the gavel. Anyway, it is, we've reached the point where we can't just continue to roll over our depository agreement. We are required by TEA to go out and seek new proposals. I sent out 4 proposals. I think that's in your packet in the summary. The first week in April, they were due back last Thursday. We got 3 back, and Friday morning, Sophia Brown, Shakita Dunbar, and myself reviewed those 3 packets and scored them using a matrix that actually I dug up that Pam had used 8 years ago. So we just roll that matrix forward, kind of the same requirements. There was one proposal that we got that we just didn't feel like, in all total, they were capable of handling our business, and along with it, they did not send the cashier's check that was asked for in the request for proposals. And so we felt like if they couldn't send the cashier's check, that they probably couldn't handle anything else. And so we put them to the side, scored the other 2, and basically they were identical in characteristics, identical in the services they could provide us, identical in the timeliness, the electronic processes that they had. The main difference is Farmers quoted our interest rate at the 90-day T-bill rate, and the other bank was at 90-day T-bill rate minus 125 basis points. That being a big differential right there, and then the fact that we wouldn't have to change our banking relationship. We wouldn't have to order more checks, more deposit slips. RJ, nod your head, you know how that goes. Anyway, the three of us selected Farmers to move forward with, to execute the new agreement. That's what we're asking you to do tonight. And I did approach Dr. Seegers as to having more folks than just myself to score these. One, I'm closely involved with Farmers in our day-to-day relationship, and I've been formerly involved with the other proposal that we had, and I didn't want to be the only decision maker in that process. And so the three of us reviewed them. We're recommending Farmers, and the rate is for, by the way, all fees are waived. There are no fees involved, and the interest rate will be the 90-day T-bill. And the only bad news is our bond money is going to go to the 90-day T-bill as well. They actually kind of dropped the ball. That the rate we had was only promised us for 12 months when we deposited the bond money, and we're about 60 days away from it being there 24 months. And so it's going to drop just a little bit. I think the current T-bill rate's about 4.19. RJ, you may have checked it today, but I'm pretty close to that.
Yeah, they are pretty close.
Melford, but anyway, so that the rate on the bond funds is going to shrink just a little bit. But you know, the difference in the rates of the two banks, I thought was significant when you take that rollback off of it. So anyway, our recommendation is that we go back to the Farmers Bank.
Still a great rate for cash.
Exactly right.
Still a great rate for cash.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody got any questions?
Yes, Tommy and I decided last year it was time to renew just to keep our mouth shut.
Carter,
You good?
who's having a sidebar?
Oh, okay. All right. We have a motion to award the depository service contract to Farmers Bank and Trust.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Melford. Second by Rusty. All in favor? Unanimous. Discussion of Malden ISD's property values and foundation school program funding.
Mr. Van Deaver again's gonna give us
That's me also.
an updated piece on this one.
I didn't know it was going to be my turn again.
It may be just a little bit more than you anticipated with the property value. See how far he wants to dig.
The extension cord ain't very long.
Watch it, because it will unplug. I've done it more than once.
Okay, I'm going to stop right there. Maybe you want to see it. This is the first step in the budget process. I'm sorry, it's the second step because we adopted the budget calendar about 60 days ago. Originally, this presentation was put into the budget process to address and those of you who have been on the board for a while, you've heard this song and dance several times, to address the lag between the local property valuation and our receipt of state funds due to the use of prior year values in calculating state funding. House Bill 3 of the 85th legislative session, which goes back now about 8 years ago, I guess it was, no, not quite that far back, 19 and 26 years ago, used the certified values from July to calculate the funding. And so it basically removed this lag in our funding. And nevertheless, we'll take this opportunity to kind of discuss where we are with taxable values. And I don't know if we want to do this or not. It said it is not responding. Okay, you've got the handout sheets in front of you. We'll just use them.
A good teacher can just move and keep on going. It doesn't affect. Good pivot, good pivot.
The great technology sometimes just fails us, and so we use paper. The next page in your printout is just a graph of our taxable value history, and you can see going back to 2019, we've been on an upward climb. We do have a little new property each year, and of course, we have pretty sizable just increase in valuations with all the reappraisals. But where the two lines meet is where the 100,000 homestead came into play, and so our values dropped because you took off the 100 instead of, what was it, 40, I believe, before that, and so they dropped. But now even with the 100, we're climbing back, and this year we're above 100,000. I will say, my last conversation with someone in Austin, I'm pretty sure they're going to pass an additional homestead exemption in the next 2 weeks, and so our values are probably going to pull back down a little bit from what you're seeing. A couple of years ago, when these values, when the exemption changed, we already knew at this point that it was going to change, and so the appraisal district was rolling out updated rolls. But right now, we don't know for a fact, but that bill is making its way through the legislature and will increase the exemption. The next page that you have, we still haven't come back to life over here. You can see our total values increased from 89 million to 104 million. That's a pretty substantial year-over-year increase. And again, the additional homestead exemption is going to pull that number back down. You can see the levy calculated down in the tax. Based on these values, our ad valorem taxes would increase from $619,000 to $722,000. The bad news is that probably won't result in any more funding for us. With tax compression underway, our state funds will just decrease to absorb the additional ad valorem taxes that we might collect. And I'll make another comment on state funding in just a moment. The page that follows, you haven't seen this in the past. I felt like it was important to drop it in. Our ADA is decreasing. Our enrollment is decreasing a little bit, but when I pulled up, I think about 2 weeks ago, pulled up the 2025 numbers, and our total was 412 with our regular being 312. I didn't believe it was that low, to the point that I went and asked Ms. Shakita to verify, and that is where we are. So our ADA is sliding. That's going to begin to affect our funding. Now, currently, our 2025 funding is holding pretty strong considering our ADA is sliding, but you can see our SPED ADA is increasing, and our CATE ADA actually increased last year and is holding up this year. So those two items are bringing in extra factors to the funding formula, and so our overall funding is so far has held strong, but that's something we need to keep an eye on as we move forward. If those numbers keep sliding, we're going to see our dollars slide comparatively. The next sheet says questions. Let me answer a question first that you haven't asked. You may know the House passed a school funding bill about 2 weeks ago. The Senate has been dragging their feet, and they finally put their bill through committee today. And the Senate bill is not as good for us as the House bill would be, but I understand that the Senate bill is going to be what we're going to have to live with. It's either going to be the Senate bill or nothing. The Senate bill will provide some pretty nice pay increases, particularly for those that have been teaching for more than 5 years. It will be just for teaching staff. Any other increases that we try to balance out with is going to have to come out of our operating money. The Senate bill there's one piece of it, Dr. Seegers may want to expand as well, but that Article 6, is that the right article number? Article 6 has some money in it, they haven't told us yet how they're gonna distribute it. So we may get some money out of that. Based on the way it looks, we're pretty much gonna only get the money for the teacher pay raises and not have any additional operating money coming in for next year. We'll know a lot more about that by the time I come back. I guess June's the first look at the budget numbers. We'll know because the word is that we're either gonna get that bill or nothing. There'll be no special session, that bill will go through and become law, or it'll go through and there'll be nothing, and that the governor has no desire to call them back into special session to deal with school funding. So that's kind of where we are. Now with that, any questions from any of you?
Comment, I'm shocked that the governor's usually so supportive of public education.
Yes. He actually, after the House bill passed, but before the voucher bill had passed, he actually came out in support of the House bill. Now.
I thought that they had put into place a limit in how much they could raise the valuation of property year to year. Have they not done that? Is that not? Because it's like a 15.5% increase, and we didn't get that many new houses.
There is a limitation in place. I should have brought the number with me. A lot of that increase is some new property.
New property.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Which is good, by the way.
Yeah.
Very good.
Glad to hear
And
that.
I'm sorry I don't have that number with me.
But it's land too, if I understood it right, is, they only can go up, say, 10% on your homestead, but we can also raise your land.
Yeah.
Other pieces.
Yeah. There are pieces that can go up.
Right, so that's where a lot of the value is coming from.
We have-
We only raise 10, but we jacked your land up.
Yeah. But a lot of our values are in homesteads.
Because that's like 12% is what the governor was pushing a year for the appraisal districts to get their values up where they're supposed to be.
Okay.
That's been coming for, like you said, a little bit of time.
Yeah.
That's just what.
And of course, our local municipalities, they're getting their, for the highest percentage they can give without a vote, which is like 5%, something like that.
And then I was going to add to what Tommy was talking about, that if we can get some runs on that Article 6, we'll have a lot better information piece to give you. We just don't know. And I think really it's too early. The letter of the law hasn't been shared yet. So we don't know, and our future predictors don't know. And so that's just, but as far as, price, was it the House bill was 8.2
2.2 and the Senate's 8. Yeah.
And so I mean, very comparable in total spending, but the flexibility that was in the House spending is not in the Senate bill. Yeah. And so that at the end of the day, we want our, 2 years ago we held our ground, and who lost? Our teachers lost. You know what I'm saying? And that's the piece now. Our teachers need a win. And so, but that does mean that we'll have to dig hard and get creative to try to, balance, because, it's our hourly employees that are the ones that are the most out of whack right now too. And so, in the last 6 years, that inflation put piece and their hourly increase, or their yearly increases have steadily done this. So we've got to look at that piece going into next year. And Tommy and I'll be visiting on that before the next budget meeting. But that is a consideration. And basically what I told him, I said, after yesterday's Zoom meeting, I said, well, I think you take what you take, get what you get, and hopefully in the next biennium they'll correct some of the other pieces as well. So, but we sure don't want to leave it on the table again.
Yeah, the word I have is if the Senate bill, if the House doesn't take the Senate bill, it'll be nothing.
When does funding start getting cut because of attendance?
Start getting cut.
When, about the 88, when does funding start going down?
It's
every day.
Everyone.
Instant, right?
It's instantly.
That's what I was thinking. That's what you said it was sliding. I was like, do we have to get? I thought it was if the kid don't show up, we don't get paid.
Well, yes, we are losing funding on our regular ADA. Let me go back to that page real quick.
That really has to settle.
See where we, like from 2022 to 2025, we've gone from 372 down to 312. We're losing funding for 60 ADA. But, see, our sped has gone from almost 18 to nearly 31. Our Kate has gone from 54.5 to almost 70. And the multipliers for those two ADAs
It's helping us on the other.
has made up a lot of the difference. And so that's why we're not seeing a huge decrease in funding, is because we've got those programs. You know, the CAPE program, I guess, is kind of driven by how we encourage kids to get involved in the CAPE offerings that we have. Of course, the SPED program is just kind of what comes to us, really. And I don't mean to make light of that, but it is just what comes to us. But that's the reason that our refined ADA has gone down by 33, but again, we've managed to hold the line because the specialized kiddos have gone up, and they have a multiplier greater than 1. Don't ask me exactly what it is.
Another way of looking at it, though, if our attendance would stay the same, we would be seeing much increase
Yeah.
in funding instead of holding those things.
Yeah.
Being devil's advocate, sorry.
So how many kids is it?
50.
From 2022, for COVID time, yeah,
60.
about 60 kids.
That's from K through 12.
Yeah, the whole district.
Okay.
He's a little kid.
You want more?
I'm all out, man.
You may shut up.
We're good.
Okay.
Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, that's a hit there. The little school.
Can we run some advertising?
That's what I'm thinking.
Get some
Commercials
commercials
going.
going.
We need to work on that. Car wash, put Joe on there. All right. Consider impossible approval to consent for multiple representation with Wallace Gallegos to represent Maud ISD on matters related to Central Bowie County SSA contractual terms and arrangements.
Good work. Remember last month, we looked at some changes as far as things that we'd be paying toward the SSA. That right there necessitates us to have some contractual changes as well. To save some money, this right here is just a agreement that allows Walsh Gallegos to also represent Maud on behalf of Maud ISD in contractual creation. And so, because right now, that Red Water's with Walsh Gallegos, and we're with Powell Law. And so, and what happens in that is Redwater will have a draft from Walsh Gallegos, because Walsh Gallegos also represents the SSA from that part, and it will come to us, and just like when we had contractor back and forth negotiations with WRA or anybody else, then Powell kicks in and does their part, and it just increases cost is what it does. So what this does, anytime, well, I'll say, not every time, but a lot of times in SSAs, each member district will consent for one firm, which is usually the firm that represents the
Host school.
the host school, thank you, that was the word I was looking for, will be the representation, and they'll write for everybody, and they have to, by contract, represent each district equally. So there's no unfair representation. You know, it's not going to be something that would skew toward Redwater, you know, against Maud. They have to represent both fully and equity all the way through it. It just cuts down on some of the back and forth negotiations when lawyers talk from lawyer A to lawyer B, and also cuts down on some of the costs that's incurred with that. So it's just my recommendation that we allow Walsh Gallegos to represent us in contractual representation. That's the only piece that it represents. Powell's still our attorney, they're still our firm. You know, if something goes wrong, we're going to negotiate, we're going to talk with Blake. But this allows us to get the
So there's
contract.
no conflict of interest by you
No.
sharing?
No. And it just expedites the process a little bit.
But then,
So it just, it puts that piece together. So, and again, we can opt out of it, 30 days, opt out, and go back to where we were. But
Like I
this,
said, I just didn't know if there would ever be a conflict of interest in any.
no, sir. And if we ever did end up into a true suit, Los Gallegos represents the SSA from that side. They would be the lead one, and they are one of the best in the state for special education.
All right.
Anything else?
Good? Good over here? All right, do we have a motion to approve for multiple representation with Wilson Gallegos to represent Maud ISD?
So move. Second.
Rusty, Milford, all in favor? Good. Consider approval to extend Redbird cleaning services to Maud ISD Administration Building.
Team, one thing I wanted to bring this to you, I reached out to Tommy at Redbird and just asked him what he would charge me to clean this building twice a week for a month and see what the charge would be. He brought it back to me at $492. To continue with that through the summer would be a change from about $3,000 from what we originally awarded Redbird. I can tell you, I did have him come and clean this month just because of the low insignificance of that number, but I wanted to bring it back to you. I will say this.
What's that bring to the total fee?
I'd have to go backward on that one.
This increases $3,000.
Increases $3,000, $132,000, something like that sounds about, from memory. I can pull it up, Rusty.
Total for Redbird is what he's asking.
It's a little more than that.
I'll have to go.
What we've been paying them would be like 145 or 50 a year. And then this would add 6,000 for a full year. Now, it's not gonna add that much. for what
Right
we got,
down.
but it's-
If I can get to that.
I don't know that we've got a bill for this month, but the quote we had was $492
Yeah, $492 a month.
for a month.
And so I will say this, Ms. Holly's really likes the way it looks.
It's twice a week.
They clean twice a week and come through and take care of everything. Just to give it a better touch than we've been able to do so far.
Are you happy, Ms. Holly?
That's all.
Yeah, with the cleaning? Okay.
Doc was suggesting how to.
Just off the top of the library and the
Well,
secretary.
really, if you want to know the truth of the matter, Doc didn't really pay attention to anything, and Ms. Holly's been passing nice notes, and
But what do they do when they come in? How far are they cleaning?
they come in, they do,
Take the trash out?
they do total of the bathrooms, up, top to bottom in there, they mop the floors in their entirety. Dust, windows,
And they come how many times a month? Windows?
twice a week. We don't carry near the load that the schools carry. And so I've seen a substantial change.
So what buildings are not cleaning right now?
We're not cleaning the high school, we're not cleaning the band hall, ag shop, we're not cleaning the cafeteria, we're not cleaning the athletic
When you
facilities.
say we were Redbird or?
We're Redbird's not cleaning those, so we are cleaning those. So, but Redbird's not touching the high school, field house, athletics.
We're just doing here in middle school?
They're doing elementary, middle school, and tech building, and then potentially this one right here.
So we only have, 2 custodians still left on staff?
Yes, sir.
We still got a part-time?
Extremely part-time,
Okay.
like extremely.
Okay. Like almost non-existent?
Yeah.
Anything else?
You good with it, Terry?
Huh?
You good with it?
Yeah. Almost, yeah.
Talk about it.
No, we got side floor later.
All right.
We have a motion to extend Redbird cleaning services to Maud ISD's administration building.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Terry,
Second.
second by Rusty. All in favor? Next up, information items, principal report and athletic director's report.
Ms. Seegers.
Well, this has been a very, very busy month. We've had a lot going on. Our attendance is down a little bit. We did have a stomach virus come through, and it kind of took a toll on us. We are in talks right now with the teachers about, well, we have an attendance committee that we're going to meet over the summer with to see what we can do to get kids excited coming to school, our ones that are frequent flyers, the Saturday school and the Monday after school detentions doesn't necessarily work that well. It's more of how we can incentivize them to want to come to school, so make it more fun. So we have a committee put together to brainstorm and come up with some things. All right, our 5th grade had their BASE graduation, and BASE is like the DARE program that we went through when we were in school, and it helps them focus on healthy life choices, social skills, conflict resolution, positive decision making, just respect for themselves and for others, and social media, internet safety. And the kids, you know, they need that. The respect for selves and others, that one we see, they just have a really hard time getting along with each other, and it's our older kiddos that we're seeing it from, not so much our littles. I think we're catching our littles young enough, but our group that our COVID years, it's been really hard for them to learn how to just get along and share and be kind to each other. So that was a very helpful program. I'm super excited about our counselor that's coming on next year, because we already have several guidance groups scheduled for her, ready to go to start working with our kids and our babies that we're sending over to high school, junior high school. Our AR kiddos went on their G-Jump trip to Texarkana as a reward. They had a really fun time. It's kind of hard to make it to that one. They have to meet their AR goal for 2 of the 6 weeks, the second semester, and 2 of the 3 weeks the first semester to get to go. So we had some kiddos reading and doing good. And today in our award ceremony, you could see the correlation between the the honor roll, and the AR. So if they were getting the AR award, they were getting the the honor roll. It goes hand in hand. Retirement reception, we had a great one for 3 amazing women. We are really going to miss those ladies. They're just ready to be grandmas and take it easy and relax, and I don't blame them. Miss Pate, Miss Flannery, and Miss Seals did a wonderful job decorating and getting it all ready and bringing it together. And of course, Miss Epperson's our Teacher of the Year, and what a person to be our Teacher of the Year. She represents our campus very well. Ms. Seals let me know today that our Leadership Council has received the TEPSA Leadership Award for the 4th year in a row. So they will be going to get that award at the beginning of next year. And I'm so proud of Ms. Seals. She pours her heart and soul into those kids and the program. And they do a lot for our campus. They're in charge of the beautification, the things they do for the teachers. It's just so much. I could go on and on about her and the kiddos. They do a wonderful job. Teacher Appreciation Week was fantastic. We had a lot of generous donors from local businesses, and a lot of parents just stepped up and donated. It was really nice. The teachers were very well taken care of and felt very appreciated. Why are you laughing?
I said, we had hamburgers in there too.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes, the hamburgers were wonderful. We had a musical where Ms. Martinez and Mr. Fannin included pre-K through 5. It was very busy. They did a wonderful job. It was organized chaos, but it was great. The kids did their jobs, and I was amazed. They did a wonderful job. Field day, I heard nothing but wonderful things from our community members, our parents. Coach Carr did a fantastic job organizing. It ran smoothly. We did not have any hiccups. The kids had fun. The parents had fun. I think it was very successful. We had a water day yesterday. We rented 2 huge slides, as you can see in the pictures, and we rented 2 bounce houses. Our pre-K through 2nd grade played on the bounce houses, and then our slides, that was for 1st grade through 5th grade. Our kinder and pre-K, they were a little nervous about the slides, so they opted out, but the kids had a fantastic time. We just had a couple of bloody noses and skint knees, and but they were so funny. They just get right back up and go. Pie Day, which was at the end of the water slide day. Earlier this semester, we were in a war with James Bowie. It was a peanut butter jelly war, and whoever brought the most peanut butter, that was James Bowie, and jelly was Maud, won, and Maud won the jelly war, and Nurse Kara was the victim for the pre-K through 2nd grade students. They got to pie her, and then I got 3 through 5, and the kids had a ball. They were running around licking it off of us, and it was gross. But
If you want to see her picture, it's on Facebook, because she conveniently left it out. But it's on Facebook when y'all want to see it.
I'll have to show y'all the video. One of the teachers videoed it, and you can see my head just whenever he popped me. We do have CPR training scheduled for next week for our teachers. We have DMAT training I do for the 1st through 5th grade teachers. And then we have our Destination Imagination competitions in Kansas City from the 22nd to the 25th. And then on May 27th, the elementary floors are scheduled to be stripped, and they will start that process.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you, ma'am.
It was amazing. It was fast, furious, and an amazing month.
Ms. Harold.
Good evening. For our board report, you can see we start here with our attendance, and really glad, very proud of our attendance, especially after hearing Mr. Tommy's presentation. So we were at 97.29 for this last grading period from our last board meeting till today. You can see there our freshmen, super proud of those students, 99.11%. Miss Brandy and I, when we pulled that today, really proud of all of them you can see there, but just really proud of our freshman students. So students did a really good job of coming to school. I told Miss Seegers, we were talking about it back there, and I said I really think that having our exemptions, we have exemptions for semester tests, really helps with that throughout the semester. But when you get closer to those semester tests and you know you're right there, it really encourages students to come to school and to get here on time so they can have these last day and a half to enjoy summer break a little bit early. You see there.
See the seniors, they continue to hold the lead.
Yeah, very true, very true. We were proud they at least got one month, so can't ask too much. But you'll see there on the second page, throughout the year, finished up really strong, even higher than last month, which we were really proud of. So I think we finished up good. Like Miss Seeger said, we're always working to try to encourage our students to come to school. I'm going to meet with the advisory team here when we get past next week. Got a couple of trainings and stuff we're going to do next week. Get together as an advisory team, see what else we can do to encourage our students' attendance, and so continue working towards making that 97 be our goal for all year long and not just a couple of months there at the end. In other news, for secondary campus, like Ms. Seeger said, it's been a really busy month, but a great month. We hosted a wonderful spring band concert where our 6th grade band, our 7th grade band, and of course our high school band and a percussion ensemble played a piece. They also dedicated a piece to Ella Rose Turner, and so that was very sweet and very special. I don't think there were too many dry eyes in the building after that piece. So a great event to highlight our end of the year for our bands. Farmers Bank came out and visited with our seniors, talked to them about personal finance. They brought out their big check and even showed students how to actually write out a check. So I was proud of one of our students, Amy. She got selected and she knew how to actually write a check. So they gave her a little award and stuff for that. So worked with them on that piece of it. We did complete our second semester, Readers Are Leaders. We didn't have quite as many complete the challenge this semester. We had 8. Super proud of those 8, and they went on their reward trip and they went to the giraffe safari in New Boston, and they said that was the best trip ever. They had a good time. They fed giraffes and sloths, and they really enjoyed that. So super fun day for those kiddos, and a reward for reading and completing that challenge. Our seniors, they enjoyed 2 luncheons provided by Maud First Baptist Church and Maud Church of Christ. Went over there the last 2 Fridays before our seniors were off campus, and had a little visit there with the members and had some delicious Mexican food at both places. So seniors were happy about that. Our band went on their trip to Epic Waters. Dr. Seegers actually got to drive the trip. They played out a concert and then went, and it was a torrential downpour, wasn't it, Dr. Seegers? He was pulling the band trailer and all of that, so we appreciate him stepping up to help us do that. But our band went out, won a trophy, and then enjoyed their day. You can see there on the back page, like Ms. Seegers said, we had a great Teacher Appreciation Week. We had lots of community members, organizations, businesses in our community and even in extending communities around us that really celebrated our teachers and, like she said, just appreciated them. And our teachers, they felt very, very loved. They really enjoyed that week. So really great week for us on campus. We also hosted our middle school and high school academic awards. We had several students receive A and AB Honor Roll awards. The middle school also received their athletic awards, UIL awards, and so we had a great time there. Good Citizens of the Year. And then seniors kind of had a lot of things here at the end, kind of finishing up. Hosted baccalaureate, had all 24 of our seniors here for that last Wednesday. They also participated, any senior that wanted to go, participated in the final Seniors for Cardinals Luncheon. And so they enjoyed going over there and kind of doing like they did tonight, telling our community members some of the organizations, events, activities they've been part of here on campus, and then what they're going to do after high school so they can let our community know what our students are doing. We also hosted our senior walk, and then they went on their senior trip out to Six Flags. Heard they had a great time, rode lots of rides, great weather, so had a good time there. And then Tuesday night we had our largest event, and to me the best event, our senior award ceremony, where we got to highlight their academic accomplishments throughout the year. So great event there. Our middle school band, they also took their last field trip and went to Magic Springs for the day, and were there actually when our 5th grade was there. So those students had a really good time. We're excited about that. Upcoming events, tomorrow is the final day. We will, like we said a minute ago, we'll start off with our senior breakfast at 9 o'clock. Senior parents will take those students down there, and they'll have one final breakfast together as a class, and then we'll practice with them at 10, and then 7 o'clock we will graduate 24 more students from Mont ISD. So we're super excited about that. Looking forward to that, and looking forward to you guys being there with us tomorrow night to celebrate them. So you guys have any questions or anything you need me to elaborate on? Thank you.
And our athletic director report, Josh wasn't able to make it tonight. He got a ball game for one of his daughters. And so he said, but we just finished up with our awards banquet. And he said that probably details everything that we just had for the month. And so he'll catch up with y'all in June.
Last ball game of the year. This is it.
Is it?
Superintendent's report.
All right. As Ms. Harrell said, we got graduation tomorrow night at 7. We'll meet here at 6:30 with the Black Pants.
Black Pants,
black pants,
maroon shirt.
maroon shirts. We've got employee service awards tomorrow. 8:30 is when we'll actually start the feast. They'll start eating
8:30.
at 8:30.
So it all starts at 8:30.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's it on the superintendent's report. I'm thinking anything else.
Nothing wrong with short.
Thanks, man. All right, next up, executive session. The Board of Trustees will go into executive session at 7:41 PM, according to Texas Open Meetings Act, and discuss personnel, Texas Government Code Section 551.074. Discuss and consider contract recommendation of the following personnel for Texas Government Code Section 551.074. Teacher, coach, and secondary science teacher. Resignation, retirement from employees. Texas Government Code Section 551.074. And we are in executive session. All right, we'll return to regular session at 8:37 PM. And it's this time. Do we have a motion to accept Timothy Carr and Kara Atkinson? Timothy Carr for teacher coach, Kara Atkinson for teacher. Do we have a motion?
Make a motion. Probationary contracts.
For a probationary contract.
Have a motion.
Got a motion by Rusty.
Second.
Second by Melford. All in favor? All right. No resignations. Next up, adjourn.
My gosh, I'm gonna adjourn.
Motion by Rusty, second by Josh. All in favor?